Coach Meg. I have come on a bit later than I planned, but welcome to my live stream. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. We are going to discuss taking charge of your working life. It's a topic that I'm really passionate about because as I've been coaching and working with, different types of people, I've realized something. Sometimes people don't realize that you must take full responsibility for your working life. Make your own life better for you because nobody else will. And if you are not determined to fight for the life that you want, nobody else will make it easy for you. If anything, people can take advantage of that and make it really difficult for you. Yeah, so welcome to my live stream. This is really good. We are 58 minutes in, just waiting for YouTube to do its thing. And there's a few of you that I asked to join me on this live stream. And so while everybody else is joining, we are just going to start talking about the topic at hand, and then we'll do a bit of housekeeping. Those of you who may also want to grow your TikTok account or your YouTube account, I'm on YouTube. I have to remember this. I have to remember that I am on YouTube. It's really good to see you here. And whenever you watch this, if you watch this later than the live stream, you may have some questions with the topics I'm going to discuss today when it talks about your working life, when I talk about your working life, rather. And I want to help a lot of us to understand that you really don't have a choice but to take charge of your working life. If you don't take charge of your working life, somebody else will determine how much you earn. That means somebody else can be controlling your lifestyle unaware. Okay? You may not be aware that somebody else is dictating what you can or cannot do, what you can have or not have. Right? We have to be really honest with ourselves and look at our working life and understand that I am fully responsible for how I want to work, how I show up at work. It is such a big deal. We spend so much time at work. Don't you think we have to be really strategic about how we work? Absolutely. We have to be strategic about how we work. So anyhow, I'm just doing a bit of housekeeping just to oh, okay. All right. I've just seen something. I'm doing some housekeeping. Welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. I am talking about taking charge of your working life because many of us don't realize that we are spending so much time, sometimes unnecessary time, in jobs that are no longer helpful for us. Yes, jobs that make you feel like you can't afford to do this, you can't afford to do that, you can't go on holiday, you can't spend quality time with your children, and yet our family need us. Some of us have experienced so many challenges in life that we have to be really strategic and intentional so that as we are recovering from life traumas, we are giving chance for our family to also recover from life traumas. Yes? Because if we don't give ourselves a chance, how can we give anybody else a chance? And this is what I realized with parenting, right? Being a parent myself and understanding all the different challenges that we face. If you don't value yourself, how can you value your own children? If anything, here is a really sad state of affairs. Welcome, those of you who are joining. I know some of you may be joining me from TikTok because I was determined to let people know I'm going on YouTube. So thank you for joining me. Make sure you're commenting in the chat and any questions you have, things that you want me to address, because I'm going to be focused for the next 5 days. I'll be doing live streams on TikTok and here on YouTube because it's part of marketing. I want somebody to understand if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your visibility, you need to be in a lot of places. Gone are the days where you're just focused on one channel. Yes, those days are gone because social media has made it easy for anyone to enter this space. Anyone to enter this space. And the people who are more visible are the one who are making the money. Yes, the people that are more visible are the ones who are making good money. And it's not really even about money, it's about learning business skills. Yes, money just gives us the freedom to do what you want when you want, live where you want, study what you want, design your outfit, design your personal style. Money gives us freedom, yes? And financial freedom is a big deal, guys. Financial freedom is a big deal. So I'm going to be talking about taking charge of your working life because behind all that is really about your money. Okay, so this is coaching, and I'm also going to be talking about how to repair your credit as a coach, not as a financial advisor. So I'll be coaching how to take charge of your working life so that you can sort out your credit score, so that you have more access to finances, especially here in the West. A lot of people feel stuck because their credit report is so bad and people are intimidated. They don't look at their credit report. So we're going to talk about all that. Thank you so much for engaging and the likes. Make sure you're engaging. And then any questions that you may have, make sure you're commenting yes, because I will look back in case I miss your comment or anything. I'll look back after I finish. It's part of the skill of working online, and then look at the comments and anything people ask that I need to address or expand on. Okay? All right. So, first off, now that I've got that out of the way, I just want to say welcome to my live stream, and I hope you have an amazing time with me. I'll be announcing a little bit more how regular I will be on TikTok and YouTube and on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. It challenges you to become a better expert at whatever you do. You cannot even rely on what you used to know. You have to update your information. So, anyway, having got that out of the way, let's talk about your working life. We spend so much time at work, right? That it's like your life is at work. So, if we are not taking charge or being intentional or strategic, we are going to feel a certain way about ourselves that is not true, also known as a logical fallacy. What's a logical fallacy? Where you gather information, right? You gather information. I'm paraphrasing to make it simple for anyone. I have a nursing background, by the way. So I am so grateful for my background. When I'm working with experts, surgeons, brain surgeons, different type of specialists, my job was to try and explain what the expert said, what the specialist said, what the doctor said, what the surgeon said to my patients so they understand, oh, this is what it means and what they need to follow up, right? Because every expert, every specialist can only spend so much time. Oh, this is going to help somebody. Every specialist, every expert can only, in the healthcare industry, by the way, let me just say for that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Sophia. So are you, because if you recognize that, that means you are too. Every expert that you meet or know, they cannot spend as much time as you would like because they understand that time is more expensive than money. A lot of people don't realize because listen to this. The working class conditioning, also I like to call it corporate conditioning, can make you feel like you have all the time in the world. Okay, all right. Welcome, Sienna. Where are you watching from, Sienna? Let me know. I'll give you a shout out. Those of you who are engaging in my live stream and you are, my live streams are family friendly, okay? If you are weird or anything like that, you get blocked. Easy, simple. You get blocked. I don't deal with rubbish, okay? I am a coach on a mission. I want to help as many people as possible who are struggling with mental health issues, anxiety, workplace toxicity. I want to help as many people as I can reach to redesign your working life, to take charge of your working life, such that you may be working in McDonald's, you may be working in some little coffee shop somewhere. But because you're listening to Coach Meg, you realize that, oh my goodness, I don't have to feel stuck. As long as I learn what I need to learn from this place, I can move on to what is next. Okay, so I'm that kind of coach. So there's some people, I will not be your kind of coach, but if you're the kind of person who is like, I want better for myself, I want to support my parents, I want to support my siblings, I want to support my friends, I am the coach for you. So welcome to the live stream. So we're going to talk about taking charge of your working life. Okay, so welcome, Sienna. You are watching from Hereford. That's close to here. I am in North London, and for security reasons, I don't say where. And I think I've been in Hereford. There was a time, because I worked in the community supporting the elderly, so I used to do Airbnb as well, depending on the area that I'm working. I think I did. You were born in London. Ooh. Do you love London, Sophia? I'm just going to slow down and just catch up with you guys and give you a shout out, give you a mention, just get to know you. I'm a coach that wants to help all of us to improve the quality of our lives so that we're not dealing with the same mental health issues. Okay, same here. I used to live in Sheffield for some time, by the way. When I relocated to the United Kingdom, I first started living in somewhere here in the south. For privacy reasons, I don't have to say everything about my journey. But I decided to move up north to Sheffield. Sheffield was nice, it's really green, but it wasn't for me. I felt like there were not as many opportunities based on maybe my healthcare background. I didn't feel like there was many opportunities because I worked as a registered nurse. So I felt like, no. And I had moved up north to start my own business. It was quite challenging, to be honest. I found it really challenging. So in the end, just because I love praying and I love meditating, I realized I have options. If an area is not right for you, you can move. I mean, I'd already relocated. I've worked in 3 different countries, right? So I felt like the United Kingdom is a piece of cake. If I don't like an area, I can move. That is my mindset, right? So I relocated to London and oh, it's like I felt like I'm in my zone. You can tell with my personality, I need like some excitement. Not always. For those of you who feel like I can't handle boredom, sometimes you need to feel like you're bored because you're busy working on some good work. Hello, baby blueberry. Where are you watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. Good to see you here. Yes, Sophie, Serena, I need to remember your name. You told me your name. I'll just get to know you guys here and just comment. Oh, you know what? If I miss you, it's because I need to work out. I'm usually active on TikTok, so I need to work out how to make this better here on YouTube. Let me see. I think you told me your name. Sienna. Sienna. Do you know Sienna Miller, the actress that did this huge movie with Jude Law? It's a lovely name, Sienna. Good to see you here. Welcome. Those of you who are joining, come say hello. This is Coach Meg. I want to get to know as many of you as possible here on YouTube, on TikTok, on LinkedIn. Because when you see my face, you'll be like, okay, that's the real Meg, not the AI. You know, this AI is going to be using people's images. Oh, my word. So I'm doing a coaching session right now, but I thought I'll just pause a little bit and just get to know those of you who are joining, who want to get to know me or who want to understand how social media works to make it work for you. Yes, so you're not just a consumer. Do not just be a consumer. Somebody who's just feeding, taking. You're enjoying the dopamine, which is really good. You get a hit. Somebody gives you a shout out, it's good. But what you also want to do, you also want to get something back, yes, that you can put into practice. So I'm the kind of coach who does that. I want to help you to put into practice what you're learning, okay? So that it's not just about consuming. You want to also be a producer. Yes? A producer is where the money is. Okay? Okay, Baby Blueberry, you're watching from the UK. Okay, welcome to the live stream. Very good. Very good. Welcome. You are welcome. Yes, I am having an amazing day. I wanted to actually take a break and do my lunch, but I'm going to have a late lunch today because I'm working, doing my live streaming now. So I'm going to have a later lunch. I wanted to have it earlier, and I'm like, maybe I should do it later because around now, even here in the UK, people are having a break, from work. You have a bit of time, you can come and listen to this strange coach. Like, who is she? I don't know who she is, but she's saying something that is making sense. Yeah, so London is amazing. I'm actually going to go for a walk. There's a nearby park. There's a nearby park near here that, my daughter told me about. So I'm going to go there. I'm a mom as well. So I want to encourage moms. I want to encourage the elderly and, encourage people who feel a little bit discouraged. The economy is tough and the unemployment rate is high and all this. I want to inspire somebody that, you know what, it's not too late. Just to motivate you that, you know what, the economy may be going south, it may be tanking, but we can become our own leaders in our world. That no matter what is going on in the economy, the politicians, they try to do the best they can. right? They make decisions according to what they think they need to do. But we have to take charge. Oh yes, because this is what I do. Speaking is part of my dream job, so I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very grateful. This is my ideal job where I'm making a difference in the lives of people because I used to work as a registered nurse, which was also part of my dream job. Because when I'm making a difference in somebody else's life, that is a dream job for me. Because this is what I learned on my journey. Life is always bigger than us. You can do a lot of amazing things, you can make a lot of money. But when you are making a difference in the lives of somebody else, it's just like, oof, it's a huge thing. Okay, it's to be an artist. What kind of artist, Sienna? What kind of artist do you want to be? Listen, guys, can I quickly ask Sienna, do you know this? Can you tap on this? I don't know how YouTube works. You know, I'm new on this platform doing live streaming. I mean, I've been doing videos, but I'm not sure if you can like engage and do like where you're tapping the screen. Okay, so you want to draw pictures of people. Is it like Bugsy Malone? Have you heard of Bugsy Malone, an artist in the north of England who does all this paint work on random buildings? You know you can start, right? Just check and ask for permission. Start now. That's what I like to say. You can start now. You can start now. Sienna, you can start now. Start now. Start now. Yes, start now. Because you see what I love about starting now? Yeah, same here. I love the movie. It's interesting. You can start now. You can start drawing and painting people. You can start, London. People are really open minded, right? You can decide, get a camera, get a friend or somebody, and like, let's do some work where nobody's even willing to pay you, but you decide, I love to do this. I'm explaining this because when you start, whether somebody pays you or not, you'll be amazed at how much attention you will attract. Yes. And then I know this may sound like unsolicited advice. You may not be willing to even do that, but here it goes. Who knows? You may take action on it. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yes, because I haven't, what I'll try and do is I'll go, and I think I've been on other people's live streams. I don't think I was engaging, so I'm not sure how it works here on YouTube, because I've been on TikTok doing live streams like probably the last 2 years. So I'm more familiar with TikTok, and I realize I'm restricting myself if I'm just on TikTok. I need to go on other places. Other people just love other channels. So thank you so much, Sienna. 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 I love that name. It's a lovely name. It's a lovely name. So, yes, what do you think about that idea, Sienna? Where you go, or even family members, those that are willing anyway, you can decide, let me do a portrait of you. Yeah, yeah, it's because this is what I've realized sometimes because of, we live in the celebrity culture, right? Where we hear somebody got picked up, talent scouting and all this, and it can feel like you're waiting for somebody to pick you, like somebody will recognize my talent, yes? And those were those times. It's absolutely good. It's a good thing. I remember one time deciding, because I really felt like I had so much to bring and to contribute and to inspire women. So I decided maybe I need to be more public, yes? And I remember thinking about it and thinking, how do I become more public to help other women to get back your confidence? Maybe you've been raising kids and you feel a little bit insecure and you feel like, oh, is there space for me online? Is there space for me in the marketplace? There absolutely is. So one of the things I did is I love selfies anyway. My family were like, oh my word, mom. Because it's about creating memories. So anyway, what I did is I'll be in a building somewhere and I'll take selfies. Mm. Sienna, go for it. Sienna, go for it. Don't be shy. Go for it. If you're really good at something and you enjoy it, go for it. Just start with people you know. Do Here is an idea. Here is an idea, Sienna. If it's somebody's birthday, do a portrait of them. You can also do mine if you want. I'm not ready to invest yet, but you can do portrait maybe of somebody that you appreciate. You know, the speaker online, because somebody did this for a really good speaker and a coach that I know. They did a portrait of him and they sent it to him. You know, because all that is publicity. So I'm just giving you a free tip. I hope you take charge. Yes, I hope you take charge and you do something about it. You can go in a busy place in London. You know, people are open minded in big cities like London. You can see maybe a couple are sitting down and they're just having a chat, or a mother and daughter, or, you know, an elderly family member with their daughter. They're sat in the park. I've just thought of that. That would be so special to an elderly person, by the way, Sienna. That would be so special. You're like, do you mind if I just do this mother and daughter or father and son portrait? I just want to give you a gift. I know you've been working hard. Let me do something special for you. You'll be amazed what will open up for you when you do things like that. Okay, so I hope that is helpful to you, Sienna. That was just a little bit of free coaching. So people don't say, oh, she's always charging a lot of money. I always do. I also do free coaching. Yes, go for it. Go with your parents because you're very young. Go with your parents or an elderly, person or somebody supportive, a responsible guardian, and tell them, look, I want to do something amazing for somebody, and just go for it. Yes, go for it. Really good. Go for it because your gifts and talents, they can open doors for you and opportunities for you. Okay. All right. So go for it. So anyhow, I'm also speaking to older people who are on this because some of you are young entrepreneurs. I'm also talking to people who may have jobs, you have full-time jobs, and you are like, I'm working too hard. I need to make a change. I need to make a difference. And you may not know where to start. Let me say this. Wherever you are right now, and I know it may be difficult, it may be challenging. Okay, you're going to year six. Well done, Sienna. Well done. Very good. Very good, Sienna. Very good. Very good. It's a long time I went to school, but I'm still going to school. I'm always studying online. I never stop. Make sure you're really good at what you do. So, anyhow, let's stay on track. I'm talking about our working lives, wherever we are. Maybe you start selling little products online on, um, you can start selling products on e-commerce. Yes, maybe on Shopify, Amazon, Etsy. And then you're like, but I'm not happy in my working life. This is very important what I'm about to say. Jim Rohn talked about this. Whenever we are trying to move forward in life, we have to be willing to shift our energy. This is going to help you, Sienna, as well. Because I know in this life, familiar places, work, relationships, how much you earn, where you are, it's comfortable, right? We all know where we are. Yes. Yes, it's very cool to sell products online. It's such the coolest thing. You can help your parents, escape a working life where they work so hard and they don't even have time for you. Yes, you can decide, you know what, let me start doing something that can help my parents as well. We are living in such interesting times that anybody in a family can contribute to the overall picture. Yes, because sometimes parents do what they do because that's what we know. I used to work as a nurse, that's all I knew at the time, you know. But because I was determined to change my lifestyle, I started learning online skills, how to connect with people, how to believe in myself and just bring contribution to the human experience. Okay, so let me say something about when you're not happy where you are, but you're trying to build where you are going. This is me talking about taking charge of your working life. I've also posted on LinkedIn, and I'm going to do a bit more marketing to let more people know about what we're doing because I know that this message is going to make a difference in so many people's lives. Okay, yeah, and please share with your parents as well. It will make a huge difference. Just let them know there's a coach online. She's over 50. She's over 50 years old. Let them know there's a coach who's encouraging parents to come online and to develop their skill sets so that they can make a difference in their families. Because when parents are busy, I've lived this story. I can't make this up. I used to feel really bad that I would leave my children with a childminder. I used to feel really bad that I have to leave my children with the childminder while I go to work. I used to feel guilty. Hey, hi Sophia, well done. Good to see you here. Oh, Sienna, your daughter. Oh, I appreciate you. See, oh my goodness, this is so good. This is so good. I'm reminded, some of you may know, let me say something important. Ryan Serhant is a brilliant real estate developer. He works with millionaires and billionaires. When he first started his business, it was really challenging. But one of the things he did, this is going to help parents. I want to help a lot of parents because I know what I used to feel like, feeling guilty that I'm leaving my children at home. Oh my word. I used to feel like, why on earth? I used to feel like, and imagine my job was to look after people who are not well, right? So when I go to work, I would have to shake off that feeling of I'm leaving my children at home. They're with a childminder. Yes, a good childminder. I was responsible. But I still felt like, because this is the truth, a childminder can't replace how you love your children. As good as they can be, a childminder cannot, right? They're great childminders, but there are also some weird childminders. There are some weird childminders. So, what I'm trying to do here, right, as a coach who's over 50, is to help parents as well. That we can start working online so that we can spend quality time with our children. Oh, yes, well done, Sophia. Well done. We must encourage our children with our gifts. And I think this is part of me giving back to the community, to my age group, to those of us who have been working hard, we've done the time. That if we support our own children, we are also happy parents. Somebody who worked for ITV, he said to me, I was supporting his parents at the time. He said, Meg, a parent is as only as happy as the degree of happiness their children have. When one of your children is miserable, even as a parent, it's difficult to be happy. Now imagine we are working full-time jobs. You can see your children are miserable, but you don't know how to help them to process the emotions, to help them to understand what's going on, or even to work with a coach, because sometimes even you don't know as a parent what's going on with your kids, right? Oh, yes. Yeah. So, anyhow, what I decided on my own journey, this is what I want to help parents as well, that we have so many skills that if we are willing to learn how to create a structure and manage our time really well, we can contribute to the well being of our age group. Some of us as parents, we are dealing with fallouts because we didn't have time with our children, right? And these children are now grown adults and you're butting heads. Because it's like they still resent you for all the time that you didn't spend time with them. How do you navigate that? Some of my patients, my clients were in their 90s. And I could tell they don't understand that their children have now moved on with their lives. It's really difficult to see when a parent is not willing to let go because they're still holding on, right? To their adult children who now have a family, who now have teenage children. They've got so much going on. So I used to work as a coach with them as well. I remember one 90-year-old, she didn't like me at first. Okay, no problem, Sophia. Appreciate you. Let's encourage our kids to do the best they can. That's what I do here, as a business coach. So that if somebody's younger, older, how to be visible, how to protect yourself online, how to own your space online, how to protect our kids online. Because even us as parents, to make enough time to understand, I need to understand how my heart, it's heartbreaking for me when I hear some story about a child online. I can't stand it. And it can be any culture. I can't stand it when I hear a story about a child, something went wrong because of the online space. I'm like, us parents need to take charge. Help our kids to understand how to protect themselves online. We cannot just be, hey, don't go. We need to understand because our children don't listen to us. When we come across like we don't understand what's going on in the online space, I know we can go to Congress, yes, in the United States. I know we can go to the UK Parliament. We can present our case. We can do all this fighting. But guess what? Sometimes it's too late. Because by the time they sort out a date for us to present our case, we have to take charge and own it. Hmm. Oh, I appreciate you, Sophia. Appreciate you. Well done. Let's stay connected. Make sure you subscribe, Sophia. Yes, let's subscribe. Let's connect. I'm always on TikTok as well, and I decided I'll be doing the live streaming here. Ooh, around 1 o'clock. 12 to 1. I'm still figuring it out the best time. So I'll be online. We'll connect. Yes. Well done. Well done. I've got so many things I have to offload. I want to support families. I'm really passionate about families. Yes, I appreciate you, Sophia. Good to see you. Good to see you on here. So, anyhow, let's go back to managing our working life. Our working life is such a huge part of our lives. And I know sometimes as parents, right? There may be some things that are not working. Our relationship is not working well. We're miserable in our relationship. And so our jobs give us a little bit of a relief. Like I can get out of that. I can just for 8 hours be in a space I enjoy. Being there, done that, I completely understand the psychological aspect of that. That could be one aspect. I'm not saying it's always like that, but that could be one aspect. Yes, where it's just like I need a break. I need to get out of here. Right? So it's like work is your escape. Work. Yes, no problem. Because even as you subscribe, yes, because as you subscribe, Sophia, you always know when there's some updates. And of course, I'll also go in the comment section. I'll do my part. I'll send you a little notice while the community is still small. I'll send you a little notice that I'm going online. So no problem. Don't worry about it. Because I know life is busy. It's my job to make sure everybody knows when I'm coming on. So, anyhow, oh, I'm having such an amazing time just being on this live stream. No problem, Sophia. And if Sienna is still here, I'll be on here for a little bit longer because I have to get off and I have to prepare an article for LinkedIn. I love the online space. It's like you have to have the energy. If you haven't got the energy, you may feel like, oh my goodness, social media is too much. Nah, it's just about managing our energy. That's it, really. It's just about managing our energy really well. Okay, so Dolores, you missed my live on TikTok this morning, but welcome for coming on here. So, you haven't missed out. Of course, the content I spoke about on TikTok live, I'll have to repost it on here. So you may have missed some ideas that I shared, but nonetheless, you are here. So that is all good. So no problem. And can I just say, make sure that you are engaging, you're tapping the screen. And if you have a question, I'm going to come back and answer some questions. But I'll just, focus a little bit on the topic I wanted us to discuss today, so that if you have any questions, you can comment, and then I can help you with the comments. Yes, and I can answer some questions. Because one of the things I decided is I'll do some free coaching, just no pressure. And then if you feel like, Coach Meg, I'm ready. I understand social media, how it works. I decided to bring down one of my coaching that I do one to one, which is virtual. It's about 149 or 169, something like that. But I've decided for this week only, I brought it down to 89. For those who are action takers, you know that you can make some sacrifice. No pressure. If you can't, don't worry about it. But you are like, Coach Meg, I need some more. I need a one to one. I need somebody to really offload. I've been dealing with this stress and my work environment. Sometimes that's all you need. It may not even be that I have to guide you do this. Sometimes all you need is I need somebody to talk to. I just need to get this off my chest. I don't know who to trust. So working with a professional, working as a coach is one of the best ways. Yes, because I will not be telling you. This is what I love about coaching. This is not me telling you do it like this. If you don't do it like that, no. I'm the kind of coach that I want to draw out the genius in you. Yes, every coach does what they do. But I want to draw out the genius in you because you'll be shocked. The more you offload, you'll be like, Coach Meg, I got it. And sometimes, this is what I've discovered on my own journey. That night, You will have a dream and you will get your answer. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing the way our body is designed, the way our brain functions? When your prefrontal cortex is free, oh my word. When your decision making center is free, you're just like, what the heck? How did I not think about that? You just be like, what? That is why I'm passionate about taking care of ourselves. Taking care of ourselves, your mental states, managing your time, your energy. Because when we're taking care of ourselves, our brains are functioning properly. When your body is at rest, when your mind is at rest, when you've got peace of mind, your body is working the right way. But when we've got all this putting out fires over there, no. It's like, you saw that ad. I'm busy over here, you know. So it's about managing our time, yes? So let me go back. We're staying on track. How to take charge of your working life. Where do I even start? But let's go. I'm talking about this topic because it is so important that we understand the jobs we have are not the only way to make income, okay? And I will be coming on a daily basis over the next 5 days. I may upgrade, I may change the time, I may extend, but not yet. It's just for the next 5 days. But every single day is different. Every day I drop different gems. And you may not know what gem you need. Yeah, some people are going to watch later, no problem. Because life is busy, you may be busy with something else, no problem. But if you subscribe, you will not miss anything new that I bring. Because sometimes I'm a woman of faith, and there's some ideas that God just drops in my spirit. And the idea is for somebody right here, right now, that I didn't even know somebody needs. Yes, this is what I have discovered on my own speaking journey. That sometimes while I'm speaking, what somebody needs to hear, it comes right there, right then. And there's speakers who may not even understand this because I'm a spiritual woman based on the word of God. So because somebody needs to hear something and they came to hear me, they come. Sometimes they didn't even register, didn't book, but you come and you're just like, I need an answer, I need an answer. And bam! Like, what the heck? Now I understand. Oh my word. Yes. So that's what one of the things I love about speaking. It can be life changing. So, anyhow, our working life. Taking charge of your working life is you deciding, I am not going to rely on that organization. I'm not going to rely on if you go to a local church. I'm not going to rely on the coach. I'm not going to rely on the therapist. At the end of the day, I need to manage what works for me. I need to do what works for me. Okay, and because I'm really family friendly, I place a high value on family. Whatever family means for you to decide, you know what? When all is said and done, the people in my world are the people that matter. Yes, we can have friends, we can have a support system, we can have a support system which includes doctors, your local GP, the local district nurse, your pastor. All these are part of our support system. People you respect, people you admire, people who encourage you, the lawyer. These are all part of our support system. That local post office that you go to and you catch up and you have a chat, having that chat with that post office professional can be the only conversation you've had with somebody all week. It's interesting, right? That's the world we live in. That sometimes the only people you speak to are the people in the shops that you go to. It's the world we live in, right? But they are part of your support system. The places that you go on a regular basis. And I know you may be like, what the heck is she talking about? Like she's a bit. No, listen to this. The people that we see on a regular basis, it is an exchange of energy. I'm talking to somebody in Waitrose. Waitrose is one of my favorite shops to go. So is Tesco. So is Sainsbury. But there's some people, the more you see them and you're talking to them, they become like one of your regulars. You say hi and you see them. I remember having a chat to one of the guys in a local Sainsbury I was going to, and he was relocating down south. It is so important to take charge of our working life, right? Sometimes, even them where they work, that is why it's good to talk to strangers, by the way. And I know sometimes you have to know some people are weird. They get weird. That professional or that shop attendant, you are probably the only person they've spoken to all week who is nice to them, because their work colleagues are dealing with so much stress, they're struggling with work, and they've never spoken to anybody that week, and everybody's been mean to them. Workplace bullying is a real thing. Workplace bullying is a real thing. So, voices like mine, we need to be showing up online. We need to be showing up online. We cannot be shy. Many of us over 40, we have life experience. We have learned a thing or two about people skills, social skills. So I want to support you, yes, help you how to start becoming more confident online so you can reach more people. Yes, it's a marketing secret. If you're not reaching a lot of people, you will not do the work that you need to do, and you will not earn the income that you need. Yes, I'm doing free coaching right here. Taking charge of our working life is deciding how many hours in the day do I really want to work? How many hours do I really want to work? We have to be careful not to be prisoners of low revenue, mm, low income, because you can get so used to it. You know how to navigate, you know how to survive paycheck to paycheck. It's a survival strategy, and there's a time for that. But what if Coach Meg challenges you and say there is more? Does it always have to be like that? Right? That there is way more for you. There's way more available to you. Yes, when I worked in my healthcare days, relocating to a big country that I'd never been to, I posted this on LinkedIn, and this is what I said. That sometimes we really feel like we're really good at what we do, right? You can be an expert and you're celebrated, and people know you until you get out of your comfort zone. Until you get out of your comfort zone, then you're just like, whoa, you can start feeling dizzy because you're now in a space that you've never been in before. But listen to this, this is how we grow. This is how we grow. Because as long as you're in your comfort zone, that can apply in the country where you're born, in the neighborhood where you live. As long as you're in your comfort zone, you know everybody on that street, you know you're good. Until you have to relocate to another country. Oh, oh, you know, or you have to relocate to because relocation is not just relocating a country, it could be relocating from your professional environment. You know your colleagues, you know, it's nice, you know each other every time you go, you know, everybody, we all know each other. It could be your local community, it could be your local church, right? Relocating is not always physical, relocating can be psychological. You're so used to your environment, everything is good, it's predictable. But sometimes life has a way of pushing us out of our comfort zone. So I want to, you may not know that I'm getting you ready. You may get fired next week. I don't wish that on anyone. I'm trying to prepare you for what may be coming that you may not even know. So I'm not always the best coach for everyone because I have to talk about some of the hard stuff that we may not be willing to accept that, oh my goodness, it's true. You may not know that your company is facing bankruptcy and next month that company is not going to survive. This is real life. And I don't joke with what I do. I don't joke. I don't joke. You may not know that the relationship you're in, your partner has been planning for the last 6 months, the last year to walk out on you. You may not know in the company where you work, somebody doesn't like you and they've been looking for an excuse to talk about you so that you get stranded. It's weird. Life is like that. There's some people they don't like you for no reason. You haven't done anything. You know you're contributing. Some people don't like you. Some people may not like you. And you have no idea somebody else is going to listen to somebody else's story about you. What do you do? What do you do when you get the letter, oh, we don't need your services anymore? Been there, done that. Oh, we don't think you're the right person for the job. And you were excited. You're like, oh, I'm going to start earning more money. How do you deal with disappointment? How do you deal with setbacks? Yes. Taking charge of our working life. Nothing in this life stays the same. I want to help somebody. Nothing in this life stays the same. And I know it may not be an easy message to hear, but it helps us. Nothing stays the same. That relationship, even relationships change. The person you were dating is not the same person. For all you know, they are busy looking for somebody else online and you have no clue. Yes. Thank you, Dolores. Life is just, I'm so grateful to God that He preserved my life so I can share this message. That there are some things you have no idea. You're in this relationship, they're busy putting some money aside and they are planning to leave. This has happened to men and women. No idea. You think you're in a relationship with somebody who is there for you, they're your ride to die, but they have been planning. Dolores is just, you have no idea this person you're in relationship with, they are looking at how to make sure they can keep you in that relationship. They are looking for ways, they are strategizing. They have no idea that the enemy is using them. They are the ones who are going to suffer and they're going to look like a fool. I have to say it like that. There are people who listen to satanic assignment in their head. They think it's their thoughts. Because they have some sense of security, it's easier for the enemy to work with people like that. That's why I like to talk about confidence, empowerment, how to love yourself, how to make life work for you. It is easier to manipulate somebody who's already feeling low self-esteem. Yes, it's easier for the enemy to manipulate somebody like that. Manipulators, they look for your weak points. They look for your insecurities. That is why not everybody, even your own partner, sometimes, until you really know you can trust them, can't really know all your story. Because there are some people that are weird. But anyway, you have no idea that company is about to shut down. Part of my job is to do research. I remember asking ChatGPT, I wanted to do some study on why do companies actually shut down? Why do businesses close down? Is it because of the economy? So I asked ChatGPT, being the little scientist that I like to be every now and again, I was like, ChatGPT, is it really because of the economy that businesses shut down? Could it be it's because management or senior leaders are not willing to deal with the problems that are in their face? They're not willing to confront the issues because they don't have the bigger picture. This is hard to understand, guys. This is not easy to accept. There are people who don't care if you make it tomorrow. There are people who don't care if your children continue. When I say it like this, I just get emotional. They don't care if that company shuts down in the next 6 months. They really don't care. Whether they're aware of it or not, this is what I like to say. Businesses sometimes don't understand. They have a responsibility on their shoulders that is bigger than them. There are people who become leaders and they didn't decide to be leaders. They've got families and they're not taking responsibility. Within 5 years, the company shuts down. People are now scrambling and they don't know what to do. This is happening every single year. Every year. So I asked ChatGPT, could it be that sometimes management are not willing to look at the issues? They are pretending. The issues are there, but they are pretending. Some people won't like my message, but I have a message for businesses. I deal with business owners too. You can find me, I'm active on LinkedIn. That let's do better. It's not just about your company, it's the families that are looking to this income to support them, right? There were times I used to get really upset and post the message on LinkedIn, and I felt like my message was landing on deaf ears. So now I talk about it myself. It's not just about you, it's the families. You are not even thinking, and this is what makes me wonder. There are people who give their very life to work with a company. They are committed, they are devoted, they are working late hours, they're working long hours, leaving work late. But when the rubber hits the road, when you're really in trouble, they will not even look at you. Because there are people who really believe if you are an adult, you should sort your problems out. You come to work, yes, there is that side of the argument. You should know how to make your own life work. Yes, there is that side to the argument. But sometimes life happens, right? And your employees are going through stuff. Do you have a place for people to vent? Do you have a coach in your business? Do you have a coach that is an independent coach who is looking out for the well-being of the staff? Do you have somebody who is helping people to understand if life is tough at the moment and you need to take a break, we will keep you maybe on half pay or something like that. You go sort out your family issues and come back. You'll have a job waiting for you. Let me know. Maybe I need to do some research and talk about these companies. Let me know if you know a company like that that will let you go on a sabbatical so that you can sort out some family issues going on. You will be on a certain pay grade, but go and get things sorted and then come back whenever you're ready. We have to do better. So that's one side, right? There are people they're not really thinking. So ChatGPT said, "You are right. I know it's AI and I don't need the external validation." But anyway, ChatGPT said, "You're absolutely right. This is the research ChatGPT gave me. Before a company closes, before a company shuts down, the real problems, the bottleneck, which is sometimes the leader has a dinosaur mindset. They're not willing to change their ways. They're not willing to, I don't know, they're too embarrassed to look like they failed. They're too embarrassed to be honest. Look, I think we have to hire a consultant. There's some things I don't understand. We live in a world that people want to just be fake. But anyway, sometimes before a company shuts down, the problems are obvious. And I think ChatGPT, I've got it saved in my content. ChatGPT said it's usually about 2 years before a company closes. The issues, it's been glaring in their faces, like we need to sort this out, or the company is going to shut down. And sometimes, that's why the whistleblowers get so much flack. And because sometimes people are afraid to lose a job, they don't say anything. And this is my perspective. To become strong enough to go and say, like, like you may have a husband who has anger issues, right? Because this is about relationships. Maybe your boss or the company, the business owner has, this is not even my fight. But anyway, the business owner has anger issues. You can see they're micromanagers and all this. Just, like, you may be the cleaner. God sees if you want to make a difference. You can go and say, you know what, I've noticed this problem. Can we do something about it? I've noticed this problem. I know you may not like it, but let's do something about this. This is a big deal. People are complaining, and whether they pay you or not, just present the case. You get all the information. This is what I've noticed, and this is not working well, and da, 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 you put all, if you need some support in that, let me know. If it's a good person, they'll be like, thank you so much because of your delivery, right? In a respectful way. You know what? This is what I've noticed. The staff are complaining about this. And this is my perspective. If we do this, people will not be complaining as much as they do. Because, you know, when people are complaining, they don't serve our customers right. When people are miserable, they don't serve our customers well. Yes? So let's do something about it. What can we do? This is my observation. What do you think? If it's a smart, wise person who understands, I want to sustain this business, I want to leave a legacy, they'll be willing to listen to anyone. Wise people can listen to anyone. They can listen to anyone. Wise people will listen to anyone. They don't care about your rank in the business. So that's just one argument, yes? So now coming to us where we're at. If there's somebody who doesn't really care about your well-being, how your family does, whether you're going to be homeless as a family because now the company shut down, if there are people who think like that, I heard something really sad today. I come from a healthcare background, right? Somebody was investigating the organization that is over nurses in the UK, and because of pending cases that need to be reviewed, some of the nurses didn't live long enough to see the verdict, whether their case has been thrown out or not. It just reminded me that I need to be a loud voice online to reach. Please share this message. Coach Meg wants to help us to become mentally strong so that no matter what is happening in the workplace, that we still have our own plan. Imagine a parent is so miserable they can't survive anymore. They're not sure if they're going to have their job anymore. They don't know what to do. So they decide the best way is not to stay here anymore. Imagine that. I was like, that is not right. How can a case be dragged out for so long that people are just like, oh, well, what's the point if I can't get back to work? Please share my message. I want to help as many people as possible to understand. Take charge of your working life. Because while you're waiting, for example, while you're waiting for the NMC is the organization that oversees the conduct of nurses, the performance. I won't go much into it, but it's a really powerful organization. If you mess up, you're out. If you mess up, you're out. It's the organization that determines how many nurses come into the country. Well, one of, I believe, and it's also the organization that determines if you're good enough to come and work here. You may really be skilled in the country where you work, India, Philippines, Africa, wherever, but if they looking at your paperwork, they don't like what they see, you're out. You can't come and work here. You can't. I am grateful, not because of the organization, I am grateful that I took charge of my career. Yes, and I came to the United Kingdom with an entrepreneur mindset. I didn't just come here to work as a nurse. I came to do my own thing. Not because of the UK, wherever I go. So while I was working in nursing, this is important to understand. While I was working in nursing, I was still doing things on the side. This is what I mean by taking charge of your working life. So, what can you work on? I'm just talking about the mindset because it's important to understand, why are we selling extra products and all this? Because this is what I've been in coaching for a bit now. One of my clients said to me, Meg, she it was really interesting before she signed up to work with me, this one particular client. And bless her, I understood what her story is. I'm trying to help as many people as I can. I'm not sure if I will be doing the same thing next year, but please take advantage of I'm available to help you, to support you. Make some sacrifice, invest. Do not say, oh, it's too expensive, Coach Meg. To be business minded is to think with a bigger mindset, is to develop the abundance mindset that there's enough money in the world. I can sell some things in my house so that I can work with a coach. I've done all those things. I can sell something on eBay. I've done all those things. Yes. Not that you should. Do not get broke trying to get rich. Okay. Let me bring the disclaimer there. Okay. I want to help people to realize don't allow yourself to be limited. So, anyhow, taking charge of your working life, understand that the organization where you work may not always be on your side. One of my potential clients as well, I've been supporting her. She subscribed to me on TikTok. She had to wait 5 years. She waited 5 years. But being a wise woman, she surrounded herself with wise people and she survived all the waiting. And I think by the time they threw it out, she had already decided to move on. They were like, oh, there wasn't enough evidence. Listen to this. Waiting 5 years, whether you can go back and work in the hospital, support yourself and support your family, but you've been suspended, you can't even earn an income from what you enjoy doing. There is something to be said about this. Something that you enjoy doing, you're not allowed to do it. So you can't support yourself. Now you have to scramble around and figure out how you're going to support yourself. By the time they say, oh, there isn't enough evidence, 5 years. I don't know about you. Make it make sense. I don't know about you. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Whatever the issues are, why somebody had to wait that long. This is what I mean. If you don't look out for yourself, nobody else will. And I'm saying this in the best way possible. What I mean is this. Yes, they need to investigate. Whatever the issues are, whatever's gone wrong, whatever it is, right? What I mean is while they're investigating, while they're working out, because yes, they have to protect the community. That is right. Yes, the NMC has to protect the community from troublemakers because we all see in the news. There was this English nurse who was causing problems. It was in the news. I was shocked, to be honest, coming from that background. Like, how does somebody who is trained to care for others, to protect others, do that? Yes. So these organizations, it is their job to protect the vulnerable. Absolutely, they are right to do that. That side, absolutely, I agree. I agree. We need people to be keeping an eye because some people just they take advantage of the vulnerable. Even for me as a coach, that's why I work as a professional. When I give you the support, the guidance, make sure you are doing your part and not turn around and say, oh, this coach Meg, she said this, I haven't had the results. If people don't follow through with the guidance I'm giving them, what's going to happen? They won't get the results, right? Does that make sense? Please comment. Does it make sense that if I give somebody the guidance, please do A, B, C, D, and E. If they don't follow through, will they get the results that we have been discussing? They won't get those results, right? Please comment. Let me know. Let me know. Is that correct or not? Just like on this live stream this morning, because I want to train people to really wake up and understand that they're missing out on the opportunity on social media. There are people who are in jobs they hate. They don't like the jobs for whatever reason. They don't like those jobs. They come on social media, they're still not willing to learn the skills. And you're like, some of us as coaches, we have our hands full. Even church people, I'm like, you can pray all day, you can fast for 40 days. But if you don't want to learn some sales skills, you will think like, oh, that's why some people become weird. They start manipulating people how to get money from them. Codependency. There are some pastors who need to go back to work. There are some pastors they may not understand, but there's nothing wrong in finding a little part-time job. If people feel bad about it, they can just decide nobody has to know that I've got a little cleaning company. It's like protect your own image if it's a big deal, right? It's like, let's be honest with ourselves, seriously. So what am I trying to say? You can be a church person, you can be fasting and praying, but you still have to put in the work. Because God has structured it in such a way that we have to be partners. We have to partner with God. When I finish praying, when I finish the declarations, Besides, the word of God says, you shall decree a thing with your mouth. Our mouth is a weapon. You shall decree a thing with your mouth. Whatever you speak, it will happen. So let me give an example. I say, I am blessed. I'm the head and not the tail, according to God's word, right? I'm speaking the promises of God over my life. God will restore to me the years the locusts have eaten. And then I sit and watch TV all day. That doesn't make sense, right? I speak God's word, I prophesy, I speak over my life, and then I spend the rest of the day involved watching what's happening in the church world or what other people are doing, or you become a gossip. It's like it doesn't even make sense. It's like, make it make sense. You shall decree a thing and it shall be established, and light will shine in your ways. Because when you speak something, you keep speaking it, you start getting ideas. Your mind starts to open up. This is also scientifically proven. Your mind is like, you become open to opportunities, an idea you start to see, oh, that's a solution. And this is the kicker, guys. Sometimes we overthink things. A smartphone. This is a smartphone. I haven't got fancy equipment. I've got a really strong tripod. It's my daughter's tripod. I don't need to spend extra money. She's not using it at the time I'm using it. So why not? Do I need to spend extra money? No, why not? Because it's here, it's available, right? Sometimes we overthink things. You come on a live stream. So let's say, for example, because we're talking about taking charge of our working life, right? So let's say, for example, you worked as a registered nurse, or you could be a teacher, or you used to work as a plumber, or you've been working hard as a cleaner, or whatever your work experience is. It could even be just as a parent. It's not even always about what you do outside. Or it could be you love cooking, or you love tidying up, you love organizing. All these industries, there's money in all these things. And this is not just about the money. This is about the freedom to work when you choose. That's what I do with my detailed coaching. Yes? You take your phone. Practice makes permanent. Practice makes permanent. So you start talking about, hey parents, and I know you may be feeling a certain way because of corporate conditioning. You may feel like you're not smart enough, you're not clever enough because of the workplace, whatever, all these hierarchies. We live in a world that is strange, but hey, there we go. In your world, you're number one. Yes, I may be whatever level in the working environment, but in my world, I'm number one. In my world, I am numero uno. Don't let nobody mess with that. I don't care who it is. In your world, you are number one. In your world, you are number one. Even as parents, we can't be great parents if we're always putting our children first. You are a great parent when you put yourself first. We become great parents when we put ourselves first. That is not selfish. This is so good. This is so good. Coach Meg will be wrapping up because I want to go to the park and enjoy some sunshine. I want to do my 10,000 walk steps. Ooh. So you come on the live stream, no cost. You don't have to spend on advertising, no money. You don't have to put any money. You just start. It is free. It is free. I think that is why it may feel like sometimes life can judge you harshly. Because it's like if we don't take advantage of the opportunities that are available for free, So anyway, Coach Meg, be nice. Coach Meg, be nice. I'm being nice, right? Am I being too harsh? Let me know. When we don't take advantage of the opportunities that are available to us. So anyhow, take charge of your working life. Look at your hours so you can feel like, Coach Meg, I'm working a full-time job and I really don't like that place. Decide, I am the boss of my world. while you're in that job with so many other bosses, whatever the hierarchy, I've worked in the NHS, there's so many hierarchies, I lost count. There's so many hierarchies. That's the way they decided to run the organizations. They've done their research. That's the way they do it. You know, you can spend the next 10 years trying to fix the NHS. You can talk, you can present, you know. In the meantime, you have to make your life work for you. Yes, you have to make your life work for you. There are some things they can do better, but you know, they have to make that decision. I've been in the industry, I have been on the lowest level of the NHS on purpose. I wanted to understand. And I was like, right. I downgraded from my nursing career because when you start your own business, you start from zero. I know many of my colleagues, because of the fear of breaking out, they're still struggling in their jobs. They tell me, some of them tell me, Meg, I'm so scared, I'm not sure what to do. If I sign up with your coaching, will I do better? I'm like, sure, you don't even need to sign up with me. You can just get one of my documents, you can check and sign up. Yes. Or you can just start doing your own research on YouTube. Anybody can do that. You know, it will take you a long time, but whatever you decide to do, go ahead and do it. But you will do so much better because of your skill set, you know. There's so many nurses become multimillionaires. There are teachers become multimillionaires. All of us have skills for the marketplace because wherever we work, it is the marketplace. Wherever we work, it is part of the marketplace. It's not really a big deal. You are just deciding to show up differently, taking charge of your working life. Okay, I'm going to be wrapping up soon. I'm going to be wrapping up. I'm having a late lunch today. Listen, if you know any parents who need some support and encouragement and you can identify action takers, please let them know. Please share. I'm looking for people who are going to help me to support what I do and my programs. And then I've been working out some of the commission, depending on the package, the programs I'll be promoting. You can make 15% or 30%, depending on the package. I have different packages. So even if you may not have some ideas what to do, all you do is you just support me and you're helping me to promote. And when people sign up and they invest, you also get paid. Yes, it's called affiliate marketing. Other companies are doing it all the time. Yes, big companies do it all the time. Travel companies do it all the time. It's nothing new. Okay, so I want to build an army of people who understand we can make a difference in our lives. We can support other parents. We can support other families. And that's one of the best ways. The best way is to really help somebody else is not to give them money, is to help them to make their own money. Yes, I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Yes. And I appreciate all of you. Those of you are coming and going, you know, just scrolling past. No problem. We are not looking back. We are not retreating from the fight. Every single day in life, we have to attack your day with enthusiasm. Yes. We had so much fun on the live stream this morning. I just felt the presence of God. God is so kind. God loves people. I can tell because when I come on a live stream, I can just sense God encouraging me that you're doing good because God loves people. I'm not anointed just to impress and to be impressed with myself. No. I'm anointed because God wants to help somebody else. It's not just for me. God wants somebody to walk free, somebody to change. You know, deliverance is also just changing your way of thinking. That's also deliverance. Yes, when you believe the life for such a long time, you show up in life a certain way, then you hear this message, it's in a business setting, you just realize, oh my goodness, I experienced deliverance. You don't even know how it happened, but you were listening to somebody who's anointed. They were not using church language. I love it. God is so good because sometimes God has to find a way to get the message across to us because we can be so. So take charge of your working life. Decide, how do I want to work? So while you're where you are, let me break it down and make it really practical. Decide no more negative energy. Yes. Decide I am going forward. I have been miserable in this place, but I'm going to go forward. And this is how it will practically work. Please hear me. This is how it will practically work. You need to sign up to the coaching because we are going to be going all in back to back. Yes, you have to sign up for the coaching. This one is a little bit more. It's about $4.99. This one is we're going to be breaking things down so that you actually start to see the money. Because don't leave your job until you see that the money's flowing. Yes, that is what I want to do about that. Because when you see the money going, you're like, oh, okay, I've done the mistakes for you. I've been there, done that, messed up, all this, and I was like, oh, nothing is wasted in life. Because as we work together on a closer level, you can come to the training. Some of the community will be like a group, and some of it will be one to one. But what we will do is look at what you're doing because we need structure, yes, and we need to give ourselves a little bit of a restriction, okay? Because when you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I've made the same mistakes. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do the live stream tomorrow. Oh, I'm not feeling like it today. And I'm not talking about being hard on yourself. I'm talking about deciding, no, I made a commitment. I have invested some finances. I've invested some resources. I want to make sure I get my money back. That's the whole point of coming on the coaching program, is to get your money back and then some. You get your money back and then some. I mean, why not? It's like, what's the point? Why invest in a coach if I'm not going to get my money back? I'm not doing it. I worked with a multi-millionaire. I invested in her coaching. I was like, oh, this is real. The excitement, even now, that excitement hasn't gone because I saw what was possible and I started to see it in my own life. I started even doing better because before I signed up to work with a coach, and I still have a coach, I still have coaches. Some of them I just watch them online, but because they have taught me something, I don't always do a paid session. I continue with the training. You don't always need to do like, oh my goodness, if I invest now, will they be harassing me, sending me emails all the time? No, because that's another thing. It's annoying, right? You sign up with somebody and then they're emailing you all the time. Just ignore the messages or unsubscribe. I'm telling you freely, yes. If there's something that I'm sending, I'm trying to promote, I may send to the whole community. All you do is just unsubscribe. That's it. Don't worry about it. Just unsubscribe. Like, I don't really need anything else that Coach Meg is sharing. I've already got what I need. That's fine. Yes. So, what else was I going to add on there? Let's make sure that you set up the infrastructure because it's about a system. When you put a system in place, it will help you to overcome. So while you're working in a job that you may not be happy, it's a bit toxic and all that, but you start seeing that, oh, I can make some extra money. Oh, I've made a sale. And that will be so nice because this time around, even for me as a coach, I decided I need to get more reviews because that's how this world works. When people are not seeing a lot of reviews, it's like, oh, has she helped anybody else? I've helped people who sometimes they forget to come back and say, Coach Meg, thank you so much for helping me. Let me write a review. It's like you have to keep chasing. And I'm like, I don't need to be chasing for reviews. But anyway, I have to do that. It's part of my job. Yes. I've helped people who sometimes forget to come back and say thank you. It's in the Bible. I've had some who remember to do that, but how do I prove that? Only God knows, right? So I decided this time I'm just going to do a little bit more where I remind people, please make sure you are, posting so others can see because I want to help more people. Yes, we want to help others. We want to make a difference in the lives of others. It's really not about the money. It's not. It's about the freedom, the lifestyle that we will enjoy. I remember one of my clients, he saw me on one live stream we had never met before. He didn't need any proof. I believe it's because of God's favor. He was just like, Coach Meg, I like what you're doing. Sign me up. Within a week or within 2 weeks, I can't remember how long it took him to sort himself out. And this was a guy. I was so blessed by that because this is an action taker. There's some people, they just talk all the time, but they don't make a difference. They talk all the time. So anyhow, within a few weeks, Coach Meg, where do I send the money to? Bang, done. Easy. Yes, because I want to help you to understand. Don't be afraid. It works. When you work it, it works. When you work it. Another one, Coach Meg, I've been seeing you for a year and I love your story. I was like, how the heck did she overcome that? Sign me up. Life is good, guys. It works. It works, yes. And if there's any issue you like, I'm not happy within 30 days, you can get your refund. No questions asked. If you like, I'm committed and I'm doing everything I'm doing that is important. Yes, I'm not talking about people who you give them the guidance, they're not doing anything with the guidance you're giving them, and then they're like, I want my money back. That doesn't work like that. You can't run a business like that. You can't run a business like that. So I make sure at the beginning, make sure you are investing, make sure you are following the guidance. I've got one or two people that I keep reminding them on TikTok. We had the coaching. Make sure you are doing this. Oh, Coach Mike, yes, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. And I know life is busy, so I'm patient with people. God is patient with me. I just thought I'll explain that aspect of my business. Yes, it's a business, and all this, what my coach says it this way, community content. All this free community content I'm doing is to help as many people to understand, okay, she's giving me some insights. Let me see what I can work with so that they can invest. Some people will only see this in a year later. Yes, and that's fine. That's part of being in business. Yes, because I want to help you to understand it's not always about chasing money, the panic. Oh, I don't know where the money is going to come from. Yes, sometimes you need to make the money within 30 days. So you need a plan. Let's work on a plan so that you get your money in 30 days. It's really up to you. When do you need the money? Right? And then we look at what you've got. And if I genuinely see you will not be able to make that money in 30 days, I'll tell you upfront, like it's not going to work like that. Okay? Because I have to gauge with your insight, your wisdom, what you know so far, so that I can give you some support. Because this is what trips people up. They see somebody else do something and they think it's also going to work for me the same. It doesn't always work like that. Some people they'll get results within 7 days. Some people get results within 24 hours. Some people get results within 2 weeks. Some people in 21 days. But at the most, within 90 days, we need some results. Yes, you see, oh, my coaching has been worth it. Because unfortunately, this is the world we work in. The way to see that you are good at what you do is show me the money. Show me the money. They wouldn't have hired me in the NHS. I was some stranger in Africa, somewhere in a little town that nobody knows. You can find it on Google now. There was no proof except when at the interview, when I was interviewed, I explained what I can do. Is this making sense? Somebody pre-qualified me. Somebody pre-qualified me. This is a business term, okay? And they were like, let's go. We have to sort out the paperwork, we have to sort out the flights and all this. No, they didn't sort out my flights. I sorted out my own flights. Did I? I can't remember now. It's such a long time ago. I have to think about that. I can't remember. Did they? I need to check. That's a long time ago anyway. I'm just giving that as an example. My journey's amazing journey. God is so good. I got, just like you go to work, right? The way the boss tells you they appreciate the company manager, the person you're working with, the clients, the way they say thank you for providing the service, it is helpful to me. They understand the value of your contribution is the money. Show me the money. Don't tell me you appreciate me. Oh, thank you for all the work you do. No, wait, we already agreed I'm getting paid, right? Show me the money. None of this rubbish. You do the job and nobody pays you. Get out of there. Don't work for anybody who refuses to pay you. There is something called small claims court. hmm There's something called small claims court. In the West, in the UK, somebody refuses to pay you. How does somebody get away with that? Money is an exchange of value. I do my part. Mm. There is more to be said about this topic, and I've gone way longer than I planned to, but I just wanted to appreciate you. I was getting involved, with those of you who were joining. We were interacting, and which is that's good fun. I'm getting to know new people. It's really good fun to talk to complete strangers online, and you never know. You have no idea what your free content will do for you. People don't realize this. People are sleeping on social media. They have no idea. Big companies want to pay you, but you don't even come on TikTok. You don't come on YouTube to show that you are confident enough to speak. It's not about being perfect. It's just being willing to showcase what you're good at. Can you encourage people? I need to start signing up with some of these companies who are looking for motivational speakers. I was like, I'm ready. I can feel it. Like, I'm ready now. I can feel it. If you asked me 5 years ago, I would have been like, But I'm like, let's go. Let's go. You see, I'm growing too, right? I'm growing too. So when you work with a coach, it's not like they're better than you or this. Somebody just has different skill set. Somebody has been practicing something longer than you. That's really it. That's all it is. So listen, guys, I appreciate you. If anything I've said speaks to you and it resonates with you and you like, I need to do this. I'm no longer going to be afraid. Decide, even if you're afraid, you're going to practice. You're going to keep showing up. You're going to start live streaming. You're going to learn how to create content. Yes, because content is a big deal. Content is a big deal. Content is what proves to people that you know what the heck you're talking about. It's not even about how good you are, but you have some understanding of what you're talking about. People are forgiving when you mess up. An American president messed up in one of the most epic ways, and people were willing to forgive him. Why are ordinary people so afraid of messing up? Why are ordinary working people afraid of messing up? American presidents in one of the most powerful offices in the world, one of the most powerful buildings in the world. He messes up in a way in which there were times, and depending on which part of the world, he wouldn't have had a chance to even go and apologize. I did not touch that woman. Yeah, dude, you did. The woman herself decided to build a personal brand around that. Why are ordinary working class people afraid? We have to be careful of this foolish pride, yes. We have to be careful of caring too much what people think. Our gifts and talents will make room for us. Your gift and talent will give you a lifestyle that you didn't realize was possible. Whatever that means for you. For me, travel is a big deal. For me, travel, I'm living my dream lifestyle because I can travel. I can travel. That's just something that has always been very special to me. What is your dream lifestyle? Is it more money? Why? More money to send your children to school? My kids are grown. Yes, absolutely, Dolores. It's embarrassing sometimes when I see some discussions online and I'm like, people need to wake up. They would rather spend hours gossiping about other people on social media instead of building a personal brand. Some people would rather spend time with a man who doesn't mean well for them than building their own skill set. It's not right. It's not right. it's it's like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing, to be honest. I like to say it's embarrassing because it's like I can learn how to do this. I can learn. I can learn. Can you see? I know I've been doing this for a while and I know I come across, I'm comfortable, I'm open, and I can share. There's some things I share my vulnerable stories, you know, because sometimes people don't understand until they hear, oh, you've suffered like I did. You probably suffered more. There's some things I've suffered more than my audience. They don't even know. There's some people that are talking and I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about, dude. You know, it's like, I'm like, oh, you don't even have a clue. You just all talk, right? There's some people they talk a lot, but they have no idea. If they were taken out of their comfort zone, they would not survive. There are people who would not survive out of their comfort zone. They can talk a lot and they're really going on, but put them in a place that is unfamiliar, they'll suddenly think, oh, I'm not really good at this. But all it is the more you do something, the more comfortable you become. Yes? The more you do something, the more you comfortable you become. We have to get rid of foolish pride, you know, just not willing to be consistent, not willing to even commit 6 months, not willing to commit a year. You've been working in a job that doesn't pay you enough money, and somebody says, give yourself 6 months, give yourself 1 year. Oh no, I don't think. Okay, keep it going. That's, you see, because I've gone through these things, right? Somebody pays you £20. Oh, what about this? I remember one of my clients, I could tell where she was in her headspace, and because I understand the mindset, I was just laughing. She was really suspicious. Coach Mike, I need a coach. I'm like, okay, because of trauma somewhere else with somebody else. Like when you've had a bad relationship, right? You meet somebody new, you bring the same issues. I understand all that. I'm grown. And, I give people sometimes a bit of leeway, like, okay, let's go. What's going on? But there are times, even for me, I'm just like, I haven't got the energy for that. But anyway, so this lady, bless her, she had experienced something with somebody else. They had given her the impression they'll help her. What she didn't realize was the amount of work that she would need to be doing. So she was very suspicious of me. Oh, Coach Mike, okay, where do I send the money? Okay, and it was like about £27. And I know this may sound off, but anyway, let me explain. The way I've understood the business world, when you have a small mindset, you can't survive. I'm telling you the truth. When you have a small mindset like £10 here, £15 here, you can't survive. Because there are people who are making millions every day. There are people who are doing millions every day. It's not even a joke. Every day they're making millions. And they are so used to that, they don't know what it feels like to make like £20. There are people, you'll see it in the news or in a newspaper, like, I don't know how people survive with the UK salary. Somebody was saying this. I don't know how people survive in the United Kingdom with the salary, apparently, which is an average salary. I was doing some research. I was like, wow. So anyway, this lady was feeling a bit suspicious of me, like, and then I realized what it was, because they were working with somebody else who didn't really explain how it works and was not really willing to work with them, left them to struggle by themselves. So they meet another authentic coach, another coach rather, who is different and authentic. They were just like, oh, I'm not sure. So anyway, she did pay the £27. At that time, I just made it accessible so to us. And I have to understand that as well. It's difficult. When you look at the average salaries, it's like when you want to help people, you understand. Yes, I don't have an issue doing that. Because there are other people who say, oh, you must only do high ticket coaching. Yes, I've also got high ticket coaching. Absolutely. But I also have different price points according to what people need. Anyway, so we did the session together and they explained a few things. And this is what I learned by working with people. One off is not enough, guys. It's like you have to keep going because it takes a while to change your thinking. Because she was really stressed out, and I started explaining you can make more money with what you already do. She was really struggling on the pay where she was. And you could tell she was stressed out. Very smart woman. She has degrees from her country where she came from. But when you allow, this is why I talk about this, when you allow a certain mindset to prevail, to continue, you start to accept as if it's normal. You start to accept, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. And there are people who know this. Coach Meg is not gatekeeping. There are people who are making 6 figures every month because they understand what I've just said. There are people making 6 figures every month because they understand what I've just said. If you allow other people how they see you to make you feel any which way about yourself, you will settle for rubbish. That is why social media. Social media helps you to test your skill set, how good you are, right? Are you really good at your delivery? There's sometimes I do a live stream and I'm like, that really was horrible. I'm like, that wasn't good. Nobody needs to tell me. I just feel like, oh, I could have done better. And then I'm like, okay, what was going on? I was tired. I was doing it late and whatever, there's some things I wanted to add, but I didn't remember to add. I didn't have my notes because, one of my gifts is I don't need a teleprompter. As long as I understand what I need to talk about, I don't need a teleprompter. Any big companies watching that want to sign me up to do a speaking event, let's go. Oh, yes, shameless self promotion. I don't know who's watching me. Could be somebody from Microsoft. It could be somebody from Google. It could be somebody from Apple. I'm ready. Let's go. It could be somebody from Tesco. It could be somebody from Waitrose. I don't know who's going to be watching my live streams. I'm ready for everything God has for me. That's how we must show up in the marketplace. Listen, guys, I hope this helps you. I'm going to take a break. I'm having a late lunch. I can feel it. I'm tired now. I worked hard for the last 2 hours, but isn't that the best? I've worked hard. Speaking is one of the best ways to earn great income, but you have to start somewhere. Don't be shy. Live streaming, you have no idea what opportunities live streaming will open up for you. You have no idea. You have no idea. Some people think, oh, it's just live streaming, and they're comparing with other live stream hosts who are just playing or just anywhere. People have no idea what's available. People have no idea that when you start here, what opportunities will open up for you. People play. People play. People play. Too much fear. Too much fear. Too much fear. I refuse to let fear control my life. I refuse. I refuse to let fear control my life because I know there is a minimum of, let me speak it into existence. There is a minimum of 10,000 people who will like Coach Meg. I know, and I'm speaking it into existence. I know there is a minimum of 10,000 people who like Coach Meg. And I say that for you as well. This is not even about the large numbers. We are not impressed with numbers. Numbers don't mean nothing. What I mean is, even the money doesn't mean nothing. It's the person you become doing what you do. So imagine you are becoming a better speaker, you are becoming more confident showing up online, you're becoming more confident, you don't care who doesn't like you, you realize if I'm not helping you, whatever you have to say, it if you're not doing what I'm doing, it's like shut up. If you don't understand the challenges, shut up. So imagine there's 10,000 people minimum who, if you are strategic with your marketing, and we look at what you do, you're very good at what you do, and you can charge £100 or £500 or 1,000 or 2,000 according to your expertise, right? Or you can charge 10,000 because the marketplace tells you what they're willing to pay. The marketplace, people tell you how much they're willing to pay for your services if you position yourself correctly in the marketplace. Imagine a minimum of 10,000. You multiply that. What is 10,000 times? Let's do the minimum. Okay, let's say 500. Let me get my notepad. 10,000 times 500. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 500,000. Half a million people who get to like you. They enjoy your presence. Some people just like you for you because of the way you are. Your personal brand. You're being true to yourself. You're not pretending to be somebody else. You're not shying away. You're not hiding your gifts and talents because of people who don't like you. Yes, jealousy is a real thing. I know. We bind the spirit of jealousy. We forbid and cancel it. It will not succeed. The spirit of Jezebel that likes to manipulate people, that wants you to hide and sit in the kitchen. Because if you're too much, I've been told you're too much. If I listen to people who say that, I wouldn't be here making a difference in the lives of others. I'm too much, or do you mean you are too small? Life is interesting, right? Life is interesting. Jealousy is a part of it. Some people won't like you. They're projecting their own fears. They're like, how dare you rise up and you are talking, because they don't realize I'm just doing what they were supposed to do. And I'm out here actually telling them, come on, you can still do it. I know you may feel like I can't stand her. We may even become friends if you're smart, right? Anyway, listen, I gotta go make some lunch. Go make some lunch. I'm having fun. And I know some people will be like, I know, they'll say she's too much. So I'm for the right people. My gifting is for the right people. I want to inspire people. Energy is important. When you're not managing your energy, and I'd rather be up there. I'm too much. I'm breaking out. Because otherwise, you mean I'm going to accommodate depression? Anybody can. We all live in two states. You can choose to live in depression or to live in let the emotion go. Scientifically proven. After 90 seconds, that emotion is like a traveling salesman. Yes, every emotion is a traveling salesman. That is why don't jump into BED with somebody just because they make you feel a certain way. You're going to regret it tomorrow morning because 2 weeks later you found out he's with another woman. You find somebody on some strange app. The person who designed the app is making millions and people are living in depression. Oh, come on. They're not going to like Coach Meg because Coach Meg is going to keep it real. Yes. Okay, I appreciate you so much, Dolores, and those of you who have been coming and going and scrolling through, or those of you who watch this video later. I appreciate you. If you want to know more and you're like, I need a coach, I need a speaker, I can do church events, by the way. I can do local events as well. If you know any place that is looking for a speaker that can inspire women and can inspire families, because I want to inspire the kids as well, yes, to become more present in their families. I want to inspire children not to just follow what other people are doing, to realize that even kids can help their parents. Little kids can learn how to do social media. Little kids can learn how to build apps. And before you know it, it could be the kid that helps to break the family out of money problems. It could be the kid. Appreciate you so much. Listen, share my videos, share my account, and let me say something practical very quick because I also want you to do well. Make sure that you update all your social media accounts, yes? So that when we start working together, you can hit the ground running. You are like, Coach Meg, I'm ready. I'm ready, Coach Meg. I'm updated. Is there anything else I need to do? Make sure you update your account on LinkedIn, on TikTok, here on YouTube, and where else? Pinterest. There are others that we can talk about. You can have 7 channels if you want. There's a system, a way to make sure that you are visible on all platforms. Multi-channel marketing is one of the fastest ways to accomplish your goals really fast. I thought I'll just give you that free tip, okay? So you need to start taking action now. Appreciate you guys. I will see you on another day. Not another day. I will be here again tomorrow from, I may start around 12 o'clock. I'll put a notice out here on YouTube, or definitely 1 o'clock. And every day, for those of you who subscribe, who are following me, you will know what I'm doing next. But those who are not, they will just have to catch me when they catch me. I know that my content is life changing. If people are willing to take action and they're willing to be committed, they're willing to decide, you know what, it's never too late. I'm over 50 and I have the energy like I was in my 20s. Actually, I have more energy than when I was in my 20s. Because you know, in your 20s, you're awkward and you're just like so socially awkward. I've never even shared that part. Oh my word. That's for another day. That's for another day. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'll be here again tomorrow from around 12 o'clock. If I'm a bit later, between 12 and 1 o'clock. Yes. And then I'll be on TikTok around 8 o'clock. Just thinking, yeah, around 8 o'clock, because I'm trying to work out the best time that I can reach a lot of people. I'm, doing my research and just figuring some things out. And if you have any ideas, Coach Meg, why don't you do this? You are welcome. Any tips, any ideas like, Coach Meg, do this, add this. I think what I noticed when we're having discussions, people need some help in this area. Let me know. Just send me a message. Yes, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bye for now. I'm so grateful for this live stream. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye for now.